The Crimean Peninsula was under partial control of the Roman Empire during the period of 47 BCE to c. 340 CE. The territory under Roman control mostly coincided with the Bosporan Kingdom. Rome lost its influence in Taurica in the mid-3rd century, when substantial parts of the peninsula fell to the Goths, but at least nominally the kingdom survived until the 340s. Byzantium, the eastern continuation of the Roman Empire, later regained the Crimea under Justinian I. The Byzantine Greeks controlled portions of the peninsula well into the late Middle Ages. Roman Empire. Rome started to dominate the Crimea Peninsula in the 1st century BCE. The initial area of the penetration was mainly in eastern Crimea and in the western Greek city of Chersonesos. The interior was only nominally under Roman rule. In ancient times, Crimea was known as Chersonesos Taurica, from the name of the Tauri, who were descendants of the Cimmerians. Many Greek colonists settled in Taurica. The most renowned colony was Chersonesos. In 114 BCE, the Bosporan Kingdom accepted the overlordship of Mithridates VI Eupator, king of Pontus, as a protection from tribes of Scythians. For nearly 5 centuries after the defeat of Mithridates by the Roman Pompey, Crimea was under the suzerainty of Rome. The main Roman settlement was Kurgus, a castrum probably built around 60 to 65, and the main naval Roman base was in Chersonesos. When the Romans arrived at Taurica, they set up the camp and built a fortress and a temple of Jupiter Dolichinos on the coast of the harbour of Balaclava, then called Cymbalon Limen. Tiberius Julius Aspergus founded a line of Bosporan kings which endured with some interruptions until 341. Originally called Aspergus, he adopted the Roman names Tiberius Julius because he received Roman citizenship and enjoyed the patronage of the first 2 Roman emperors, Augustus and Tiberius. All of the following kings adopted these 2 Roman names, followed by a 3rd name, mostly of Pontic, Thracian or Sarmatian origin. Bosporan kings struck coinage throughout the kingdom period, which included gold statues bearing portraits of the respective Roman emperors. In 67, Emperor Nero prepared a military expedition to conquer for Rome all the northern shores of the Black Sea from Georgia, Azerbaijan to what is now Romania, Moldavia, but his death stopped the project. For this reason he probably put Taurica under direct Roman rule and created the Carix castrum. He extended the Roman province of Lower Moesia to Tyres, Olbia and Taurica. Taurica enjoyed a relative golden period under Roman leadership during the 2nd century CE, with huge commerce of wheat, clothing, wine and slaves. The prosperous merchant towns, permanently in need of military protection amidst a flux of barbaric peoples, held to Rome as the advanced post to the main army. Roman troops were stationed in the peninsula, perhaps a division of the Pontic fleet, certainly a detachment of the Mosian army. The presence, even in small numbers, showed to the barbarians that the dreaded legionary stood behind. The region was temporarily conquered by the Goths in 250. The last client king of the Roman Empire in Taurica was Tiberius Julius Rescuperus I, who died in 342. Rescuperus seems to have minted coins as late as 341, indicating that there was some extent of political control over the remnants of the kingdom at this point. The remnants of the Bosporan kingdom were finally swept away with the invasion of the Huns in 375. 6th. Carix. The largest Roman military settlement in Crimea was Carix. It was sited on a 4-hectare area at the western ridge of Itidor, close to the modern Yalta castle of Swallow's Nest. When in 6266 CE the Roman garrisons were installed in Taurica, Carix became one of their strongholds. The Romans built a fortress and stationed a subunit of the Ravenna squadron. Charax was a very important strategic point, because it allowed the Romans to establish control over the navigation along the Crimean coast. The military camp was fully developed under Vespasian with the intention of protecting Chersonesos and other Bosporan trade emporiums from the Scythians. By the end of the 1st century, the Roman forces were evacuated from the Crimean Peninsula. Several decades later, the camp was restored by a vexillatio of the Legio I Italica. It hosted a detachment of the Legio XI Claudia at the end of the 2nd century. In this century, new stone walls were added to the fortress and a new Roman road was built, connecting Charax to Chersonesos. The camp was abandoned by the Romans at the end of the 3rd century. Roman client kings. These are the Roman client kings of the Bosporan Kingdom. Pharnaces 64 BCE to 47 BCE, Mithridates I 47 BCE 44 BCE, Esander 47 BCE, then 44 BCE to 17 BCE. Scribonius 17 BCE to 16 BCE, Dynamus with Esander 47 BCE, then 44 BCE to 17 BCE, then with Polemon from 16 BCE until her death in 14 BCE. Polemon 16 BCE to 08 BCE, Aspergus 08 BCE to 38 CE, Mithridates II 38-46 CE, Cotys I 46-63, Roman Province 63 to 68, Rescuprus I 68-90. Sauromades I 90-123, Cotys II 123-132, Rhoemetalces 132-153, Eupator 153-174, Sauromades II 174-210/1. Rescuprus II 210/1 227, Rescuprus III 210/1 227, Cotys III 227-235, Sauromades III 229-232, Rescuprus IV 233-235. Inenthemius 235-240, Rescuprus V 240-276, Farsances 253-254, Cincius 258-276, Terranes 275-279, Sauromades IV 276. Theothorses 278-309, Rescuprus V 303-342, Radamsades 308-323. Episcopal sees. Ancient episcopal sees of Roman Crimea that are listed in the Annuario Pontifico as titular sees include Bosphorus, Byzantine, Archbishopric, Chersonesus in Zekia, Matriga, Nicopsis, Phili, Archbishopric, Soldia, Sugdia, Tane, Byzantine Empire. The Byzantine Empire again took control of the region under Justinian I. In the 6th century, probably at the end of the reign of Justinian I, the status of Roman Crimea changed. Taurica became the province of Chersonesos, which also included Bosphorus and the southern coast of Crimea. This enlargement of Byzantine Taurica resulted in the elevation of the ranks of its government. governors. In the second half of the 6th century, the military and civil authorities in the region were entrusted to the military deputy, du Chersonos. Furthermore, the city of Chersonesos was used by the Romans as a place of banishment. St. Clement of Rome was exiled there and first preached the gospel. Another exile was Justinian II, who is said to have destroyed the city in revenge. Most of Roman Crimea fell under Khazar overlordship in the late 7th century. In the mid-8th century, the rebellious Crimean Goths were put down by the Khazars and the city, Doris occupied. A Khazar, Tudun, was resident at Chersonesos already in 690, despite the fact that this town was nominally subject to the Byzantine Empire. The Byzantine emperors controlled the southern shores of the Crimean Peninsula until the 13th century. Control then passed to the Empire of Trebizond, one of the successor states to the Byzantine Empire after the sack of Constantinople in 1204. Another offshoot, the Principality of Theodoro, endured until 1475, when it was conquered by the Ottoman Empire. There are many series of Roman coins from the 1st century BCE to about 300, and also some from the Byzantine period. Bibliography: University of Texas at Austin. Institute of Classical Archaeology, Natesional NYI Zapovidnik Sons Tavris KYI. Crimean Chersonesos, City, Kora, Museum and Environs. University of Texas at Austin. Institute of ISBN 978-0-9708879-2-4. Site users deprecated parameter co-authors equals Fornasia, Jochen, Botger, Picard. Das Bosporanische Reich, der Nordosten des Schwarzen Meers in der Antike. ISBN 978-3-8053-28951. Theodore Mommsen, William Purdy Dixon. The Provinces of the Roman Empire, from Caesar to Diocletian. ISBN 978-0-76070-1454-4.